Well, they have a couple of projects. The main they've gotten some of the people to use a water filtration system. The way they have water is they collect it off the roofs of the homes, if you will. The water comes down and then into a 50-gallon barrel. They try to keep it covered with some cloth so the stuff doesn't get in there. And then they use that, they take it out of there and they filter that water out. We drank the water. I had taken some antibiotics, did not get sick, and had a good time working with them and their food. We also have a great project that Tim is doing, and it's called a ceramic stove project through the Peace Corps. They are looking for contributions and donations from people all over the world, if you will, to help the doñas cook inside of their home. We decided to go to the Dominican for family. My stepson Tim Rimmer and his fiancee Ann have been down there since a year ago, February of 2008, and they want to make a difference in the world, and I can tell you they really are making a huge difference with people who are having a very difficult time in life, although they seem to be very happy. We landed in Santiago. Tim and his fiance were there, and they held up signs, Esteban and Cristal, his mom's name and my wife's name, and it was great. We had hugging and kissing, and then we dragged our luggage along, and I wasn't quite sure what would happen next. I assumed we'd get into some mode of transportation, and indeed we did. We hopped in the back of a pickup truck after asking the driver if we could have a ride. We hitchhiked.
Okay.
So, rode about 4 or 5 miles, got out, jumped in a taxi cab, a 1968 Fiat, with holes in the door, holes in the floor, and some chickens, and 4 or 5 other people. Paid some pesos, and traveled another 4 or 5 miles, jumped out, not literally but figuratively, and waited a little bit and got into a van. There were 7 people in the front seats. There were 2 seats, 2 bucket seats in the van, like our vans here, except it was a 74-ish van. No door on the side, no slider, but a guy hanging there and talking to people as we drove along, trying to get them to hop in and ride with us. Because on the right, there was another little jump seat that had come in. I believe there were 17 people in this van, and a few more chickens. Another 4 or 5, 6 miles, hopped out, and jumped into some public transportation that was like an S&S limo. It had air conditioning, had curtains along the side, and it had leather interior. Odd. Took that one for about 15 miles. Got out in a little cross town. That, by the way, they don't have sewer down there, and they don't have a lot of running water. Not a lot of utilities. Got out, and about 15 guys on mopeds started circling us, and I thought, gee, this is kind of like a movie. This is not something I'd like to see happening. I was a little nervous at this point. But Tim assured me, my stepson assured me that these were his friends, and this was our last mode of transportation up the mountain to where he lives. And what do? We selected 4 guys because there were 4 of us. We hopped on the back, put a suitcase between us and the driver of the moped also had another suitcase in front of him, and we went up the mountain one-handed. Around the erosion in the roads, there was some macadam, mostly dirt. The mountainside on both sides, and it's a lot of jungle area down there. When it rains, it just rains down and goes down this mountain and creates little fjords, if you will. And so he was very adept. We never went over. My stepson, Tim Rimmer, has got a heart of gold. He's got the will to do anything he can for human beings that are less fortunate than himself. He's worked for a lifetime assistance here in Western New York. He's worked for the ARC here in Genesee County, and he and I have many very heart-to-heart conversations about politics. He's helped me to learn to be more accepting of other points of view. He's a liberal guy. I tend to be a relatively conservative guy, but open to dialogue, open to understanding others' points of view, and he's helped me to do that. He's a great guy.